for the things he has done with his blood. He has saved me with his power. He has raised me. To God be the glory for the things he has done. Just let me live my life. Let it be pleasing, Lord, to thee. And should I gain any praise, let it go to Calvary, 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 Calvary. Yeah. With his blood, he has saved me, Lord, with his power, with his power, with his power, he has raised me. To God be the glory for the things he has done, for the things he has done, for the things he has done. God be the glory.
Yeah, folks. Hey, right here in WSTX. Hopefully, that's an inspiration to everyone who is feeling that pain, that longing, and doing that celebration. Also for that one who has transitioned. Yeah. All right. So, folks, things that go bump in the night. You know, sometimes they go bump in the day too, right? Okay. And yeah, I'm talking about them Jumbi. I'm gonna get Doc to do his song about them Jumbi because hey, we know that we know that they're there out there. Anyhow. Yeah. So let's move it right on along here. Okay. Let's talk about what's going on in the community calendar here, and quite a bit of stuff. Quite a bit of stuff. I'm gonna have to start sending my cards out to certain folks and reminding them that of what it is that we do here, and basically this is the challenge, folks. If you are in a non-profit organization or community-minded organization working with youth, church, whatever, so forth and so on. When you're having an activity and you don't send the notice to the people who freely announce, no charge, these activities from weeks before so that they're going to have a stampede crowd coming to your event. If you don't send it to the people to put it out from weeks before, don't complain, because I gonna turn and walk. I don't want to hear no complaint about thing when people take the whip and swing it and hit themselves. When they do that, when they do that,
something wrong with your voice.
well, I don't.
Talk.
Yeah. Okay. So anyhow, they tell me my mic acting up. So anyhow. I know I gonna need some good old-fashioned cruise and blows or something to set it right. But anyhow, so we know that the mic is acting up, but bear with me, okay? Things that go bump in the day. That's what I say.
You need to go Hollywood.
The John them. What he say when Doc said when he looked the whole line, it just disappeared in the smoke. Oh yes, things that go bump in the day. Yeah. All right, but so do your organization not a favor, the best. Do them the best. Make sure that your events come in here to WSTX so that we could talk about them. Okay? All right. No. We don't just talk here. We talk. Okay? So, good thing. Yeah. But you know, the great thing about WSTX is that sometimes, in certain instances and certain places and certain shows, talk that lead to action. Because you know the other day we were talking about the fact that these people could advertise on the side that the Vitran Plus bust them and the Vitran bust them. Okay? Well, I lay down the gauntlet and I throw the challenge and I say, get the legislation. Well, guess what? I get it. I get it. So
In no time.
In no time. So we're gonna be working on that. Okay? Now, let me just touch on the other thing, okay, real quick. The library downtown Christiansted, yes. Okay, now, a person with a disability can traverse the steps at the front. They go around to the back, and they there waiting. Can nobody paying attention to the back because the thing got a door where you could push the button and it automatically opens so the person with a disability could come. But, you know, that's bad enough. But it get worse. They get inside. And being human, from time to time, you have to, how shall I say, avail yourself of the facilities. If you don't understand why you got to go bathroom. Okay? And then you find out that the bathroom, they're on the next floor up. And then you realize, well, okay, they got an elevator. So you take the elevator upstairs, gone to the bathroom, and next thing you know, fire alarm trip. What they say you ain't supposed to use when you have fire or earthquake or whatever? The elevator.
Brother,
Okay?
I got one better.
Let me finish. I can bring in the power, but let me finish. Okay, the powers that sometimes don't be. Okay, we'll throw that in there. No, okay, power gone. Okay, but I use an emergency thing because it's imperative that you get out the building. So now you gotta rush up, finish up your business, and come out to realize elevator ain't working and you gotta get out the building. Okay? Well, I am throwing this one out there because this is a flagrant violation of the American with Disabilities Act. A flagrant violation. Okay? It's going to become an embarrassment to the commissioner of DPNR, an embarrassment to the person who is responsible for our libraries, and then in turn an embarrassment to their boss, the governor of the Virgin Islands. Now, why do people do these things, right?
And for the public, you'll find a statute under Title 3.
No, you're getting technical now, man. You're getting technical. Me need to get technical. This we could stay with common sense that unfortunately ain't so common. All right? Why? After the man gave you a job, good paying job, vacation time, the whole 9 yards. Why? You gonna go and embarrass you like that? No. You got people out there who say, "I'm good for you, cause you don't like it." But I tell you what, is if your family member there on the next floor up stuck in the bathroom can't get downstairs and a fire broke out. Okay? You ain't gonna feel that way now. Okay, so let's put aside the petty politics and who you like and who you don't like. So why would the lieutenant go and embarrass the general like that? Well, I'm gonna tell you up to this point, the only understanding I know is that they wanted to move out of someplace else to save rent. Me ain't got no problem with that. But the money you're saving in rent, how come you ain't invest it in fixing the door so it could automatically open and setting up a bathroom downstairs? Even if you make it like an outhouse so you gotta go out the door and use it. I don't care. I mean, I do. I'm just saying. You know what the ADA say? Okay? But yet, you do what you do. Okay? Let me tell you about this church. You got a church that built, right? And they wanted to give the contract to the people who build it. Okay? Who from another country. Okay? Big battle in the board. Okay? Well, it just so turned out that the people on the board had more votes for the company out of the country. So they designed this church and they built the church. You know what? The bathroom they're downstairs in the basement, set of stairs. And so if you are a person with disability and even want to go and visit, you taking your chances. All right? Okay? Now, I don't know why. Okay? But these kind of thing does happen. You know, these kind of thing does happen. Now, why it does happen? Well, obviously because who was going to get this contract? Okay, and whatever loyalties that were there, 20, 30, 40 years later, we live in with a church that's not ADA compliant. Okay? No. Me ain't call no name or whatever. I just telling you how we do be stupid sometimes because of loyalties. In this case, we being stupid to hurt the people that give you a job and tell you, make me look good. Okay? You're going to have big ribbon cutting ceremony and all kind of thing to open up the new refurbished facility. What did you refurbish if there is no bathroom on the first floor for people with disabilities? What did you refurbish? Okay? So anyhow, we're going done there because it's 20 minutes to 9 and we're going to have some guests coming in here this morning. And we need to talk about the community calendar. All right? And we're moving right along. Okay? So whether it's fire, WAPA, whatever, the fact of the matter is an elevator to go upstairs to a bathroom is not acceptable under the ADA. So I'm going to ask you now. Is it going to take the ADA coming down federally and taking a tour of your facility, not the bathroom, the whole place? Okay? The whole place. Is that what's going to take? A federal sanction for you to dedicate the funding and show some initiative to take care of your persons with disability. Okay? And that's as far as I want to take that. Let's look at the community calendar. Okay? All right, folks. All right, good thing. I just want to remind you that the folks for the Virgin Islands Olympic team here have a license plate. So if you're getting ready to go license your vehicle, you could possibly choose to do this custom license plate for them, or any of the other ones that they have. Okay, but I mentioned that one because it came to my attention. All right, and hey, I'm gonna give a shout out to the folks down at motor vehicles. It's like walk out service. I love it. Okay, yeah, you'll have hiccups every now and then, problems with the building or something that mean you gotta move around, but I have to give it to them across the board. Okay, that that I appreciate what they do, and I'm sure there are others. And it's kind of like the people who help, and one of them come back and say thank you, or in this case, blow their hand. I'm happy to be that one, and encourage others to make it 2, 3, or 4. Okay, now there's a short film contest that I've been talking about now for weeks. All right, the submissions are continuing through July 15th, and they're going to have the screenings in August. All right, you can find out more about this by going to www.archinstitute.org. All right, and they have 2 categories for ages 12 through 14 and ages 15 through 19, and the topics are drugs, teen pregnancy, HIV/AIDS, emotions, mental health. Yeah, and they're keeping it positive. The film must include at least one prevention strategy for the issue that the film address. Okay, so the film can't be there about complaining about this, that. No. You gotta give something positive, solution oriented. All right. It could be comedy, it could be drama, it could be, a documentary, but you know what? It got to fit 3 to 5 minutes, even with the credits. All right? Hey, all people creative, they can make it happen. All right? Moving right along. Basketball training, folks. All right. The Zion Jones presents this basketball training coming up, and they got this flyer going around on Facebook and every place else, and they got a QR code you could scan to get information, sign up, whatever else. And they have it for boys age 9 through 16. Yes, and the 9 to 12-year-olds going to be on Mondays and Fridays, and the 13 to 16 going to be on Tuesdays and Saturday, and it's going to be at the Free Will Baptist School gym. All right, yes. They got weekly and monthly memberships available. The important thing is you got this positive opportunity to get your children involved in basketball training. You want more information? You can call 340. That's right. Stop and get that pen, pencil, and paper. 340 area code 244-1512. Correction, 2152. That's 340-244-2152. You can also communicate with Coach Zion Jones by sending an email to coachzionjones@gmail.com. All right. Moving right along. Cane Roots Gallery, Miss Son, they got the Bridges thing going on down there, that exhibit. Yeah, did you go to the opening? Well, if not, it's still there for you to see. But you know what? They got something coming up. They got a poetry contest going to be going on down there too. So I'm going to get to that in a minute. I just want to tell you about that exhibit. Now, if you are a person who appreciate the arts, go out every now and then to see a play here and there. I know you know about Caribbean Community Theaters, okay? Well, they got a play that's going on now. And this, I believe, is the last weekend coming up. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday matinee. All right? And the name of it is 6 Dance Lessons in 6 Weeks, a play by Richard Alfieri. And it's directed by Charisma Bishop and choreographed by Charlie O'Connor. All right, so it's going to be good. So this Friday, tomorrow, and Saturday, 8 p.m. play starts. The doors open at 7 o'clock, so you can come on early and get your choice seat. And then on Sunday, they have the matinee at 4 p.m. All right, good thing. You know, the sun does set late in the summer, so the Sunday matinee, you usually talk about it, and for those who don't like to drive when it get dark. But right around this time, it might be for those who don't want to leave the bar or the party place before it get dark. You could come and see the play and then go there and then go home before it get dark, right? Anyhow, Caribbean Community Theatre, people, make sure you ban your belly before you go. I want to hear you complaining you laugh so much till your belly hurt you, okay? So ban your belly before you go, all right? And are you macho man out there just, keep a piece of tissue in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like sneak it out, and when it comes to the emotional time of thing, you got to be a macho man thing. Prepare yourself for it, right? All right. Okay. Yes. Now, did you go to the Historic Preservation Month event here with Memories of Christiansted, a walk through time with Bobby Schuster? Yes, that was there at UVI. All right, UVI. Yeah. If you were there, I'm sure you enjoy yourself. I see somebody getting ready to call, and I saw some of the announcements as to who won their Excellence Award at the Grapetree Bay Hotel there by the folks at the Chamber of Commerce. Okay. Yeah. And then they had the Kite Festival, but I wasn't able to go to that. Okay. And hey, what you gonna do? You can't be everywhere, but I hope they do it again soon. I look forward to getting the opportunity to go. Yeah, and Gerard, I'm gonna bust you out. Yesterday was the 22nd. Did you go?
Go away.
Can't you? Nina, bossy some legs, okay?
What happened to Nina? She gotta catch me first.
She gotta catch you first? Okay,
Yeah.
the Talking Books Library book Club, okay?
Yeah, I've been there.
Nina gonna hold, oh, you what? You went? Okay,
Yeah.
then I beg for you. Carol gonna hold you down for a bossy some legs. Okay, but since you went, you get
I
away.
tell you, my cane ain't full up. Man.
Since you went, you get away.
You want me to see you?
Okay. Well, we got somebody holding on line one, so let me knock out a couple more of these things here. There was supposed to be a career fair going on the 22nd on St. Croix. I don't know if it went down, this weather and everything else. Anybody who knows about what went down, because I would have been at the DC Canigata Ballpark yesterday. But if it didn't go down, I'm sure they'll reschedule it. Okay. Now, I just want to put out this announcement really quick. It's an attention from the VI WIC program, Department of Health, saying the food and pharmacy retailers, yes. We're talking about WIC, Women, Infants, and Children. Okay. And they had a slogan, breastfed is best fed. Okay, well, I don't confess I was a breastfed baby. Okay, and I still feeling the difference. I'll know. So, all right, mothers, unless there's something as a matter of health or whatever, best breastfed is best fed. Okay, all right. I am a testament to that. Okay, good thing. But they have food vendor applications. All right, they came out from the 20th. They were available for the 20th of this month, and they're going to be available through the 2nd of June. So please request your package and fill it out and get it back in. For more information, 340-778-7799, 340-778-7799. All right, if you have any questions, confusion, whatever you need cleared up so you can get your package, contact the Department of Health. Push come to shove, and they're going to put you in the right direction and get you taken care of. Okay? All right. There's a lady by the name of Janice Daniel, and you can reach her at janice.daniel@DOH for Department of Health .vi.gov. All right. Okay. Yes, folks, coming up tonight, catching up here. Tonight, there is a nighttime adventure with the St. Croix Environmental Association. Yes, go all the way up Eastern Cross the street there from Kramer Park. You're going to have a Goat Hill full moon hike. Yeah, all right, from 5:30 to 8 p.m. Now, I'm going to tell you, if you never went up Goat Hill, I hope that you've been using your Bengay regularly, because you're going to use it the next day if you didn't. Because that is a nice little trek. That I went up there one time and it's like, oh God, this hill ain't going done. Well, we got up there. So they got the Goat Hill full moon hike tonight, 5:30 to 8 p.m. with the St. Croix Environmental Association. I would highly recommend that you RSVP to O. Walton. Yes, O. Walton. Hear that name all the time in the email at stxenvironmental.org. All right, good thing. Yeah. May is National Mental Health Awareness Month. Yep. And I appreciate everybody who been checking in on me. Okay? All right. Good thing. Jared didn't call, but hey, I'm glad that you guys did. Okay? All right. So, we got a quick did you know here that 1 in 6 children aged 2 through 8 years may have a mental, behavioral, or developmental disorder. And this is statistics we're talking here, not conjecture. Okay? That's from the Centers for Disease Control back in from 2023. Okay? So, there's an organization that here that can help. You want some help? 340-514-0705. Yes, everything for your child. That's right. That's what you will do. Everything for your child. So, even if it's mental health, everything for your child, especially if it's about mental health. Everything for your child. All right. Moving right along. Okay. I talked about the dance lessons and we back there. Firewalkers. Oh, Lord, firewalkers. Me hear from them in a long time. But I hear from them today. They out there on the 25th, they're going to be at a Richards Junior High School parking lot, going to Melvin Evans Highway. They're going to make a left towards Hannah's Rest stop right there. Yeah, back to Arthur Richards parking lot, okay? They'll tell you be there by 4:30. Warm-up starts at 4:45. And the walk begins promptly at 5 a.m. So at 5:01, don't you be calling the police about no mass abduction of people. You late. All right? They gone. Okay. Good thing. As usual, they don't ask you to walk with at least one bottle of water. But dog with his fast self, they always tell you, walk with two. You never know who you might be able to help out. Okay? All right.
Don't forget somebody that I want.
Yeah, but I gotta finish. Yeah, and flashlight and reflective jacket are optional. Hey, we don't have. Okay? For updates, visit them on Facebook. All right? Good thing. Now, all right. So, last thing, and then we go into the phone line. Yucca Rebuild. Gratitude is the attitude. Come celebrate and rebuild with Yucca in Frederickstead, my son. You got any other Yucca in St. Croix? No, it's only in Frederickstead, right? I beat you to it, all right? Anyhow. Yeah. I want to comment to them now. Okay, so that's on the 26th of May. Okay, so they're going to have music and entertainment and good food and everything. Yeah. Make sure you do your part to support this community organization. All right, okay. Line 1. Good morning, WSTX.
Good morning, Mr. Canton. Good morning, Gerard.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Grant.
Good morning, listeners to the Dougie and Gerard talk show. What's the topic this morning, gentlemen?
Well, I was just doing the community calendar. At 9 o'clock, I'm going to have the VI Housing Authority coming in to talk about some things here that are going on in our community that they need to know about. Yes, and I am very much aware that there is something else that is generating conversation in your hometown. All right, this rotating power and lack of power and faulty power and back to no power. Hey, I feeling for them.
Well, it seemed like the housing people are making the rounds this morning because on another talk show I just heard some housing people, and it's a talk show I think out of St. Croix. So, but I have a little issue here in Florida where I shipped my car here last year, And now as I go to try to get it registered here in Florida, everything was good up until the title that I purchased and was issued to me. When they looked at it here, the first thing the lady said, that she was looking at it, then she went to the back, came back. Did they print this on this paper? Did they issue it on this paper? You could see like somebody printed, and round the edges, it's a certificate. You could see where it's like a white paper edge, where if you were supposed to like put it in a paper cutter and just cut off the edges,
right?
it wasn't done properly. So now it makes them have a concern.
Right.
Did you print this on your own ZF machine? Did you go and purchase this, and this is what the quality that they issued? So now I call them motor vehicle. Yeah, we've been having a problem. What we do is whenever people ship their vehicles, I guess, out to the territory, like say stateside or whatever, that they now have to call back down to motor vehicles on the bus now. Let's put motor vehicles on the phone with these people, wherever state you're in, to have them verify this is the document that was issued. Now, can we do something right other than drive on the wrong side of the road? Huh? But can we do something right in the Virgin Islands? If you know this to be a ongoing problem, why haven't it been addressed? Why is it now up to we, the consumer, who pay for this product, to have to be going through the tape? So now I have to thank God, the lady up there, to see how I was getting so irate because I tell her, well, this is what was issued to me. Here's the receipt, everything. I said, well, the only thing they're doing down there is dealing with Jeffrey Epstein. But then if I said Jeffrey Epstein, the woman, calm down, please, sir. She gave me her business card. Everything. She said, I don't walk with you. But I mean, I'm trying to make this humor because I'm upset. Because why should we have to do this? Huh? If you're getting complaints in the past and you know it's supposed to be printed on a certain paper, why don't you go and do it the right way? Huh?
Okay. Well, ideally, what they need to do is get their own stationery, and so when they print these things, they don't have to worry about these type of issues. So I am happy that you brought this up, because the fact of the matter is, when you're away and trying to do business, you don't need this type of harassment, and we are not, although some people does kind of force us in ways to look like, but we are not a third world country, and in that context, we can do better. Hopefully we'll do better, and you said when you said to, right? Because earlier this morning, I had to say that I had something to say about motor vehicle, and it was very positive, the walk in, walk out thing, walking strong, and there's room for improvement. Clearly there's room for improvement, so I'm going to follow up on that one with you, okay?
Well, let me say this here. So I called for Ms. McIntosh, who is running motor vehicles out of St. Croix. That's the message. It's been like 2 weeks. I just got back this morning. Oh, she's in 3 offices. That is not my problem, my issue. If I left a message for her 2 weeks ago, how often does she receive her messages? How often does she return her messages? And now when I ask him this question, it seems like you're trying to make me seem like I'm belligerent. No, I am upset with the fact that I paid for something, and now that I'm trying to get it to work for me, I'm having a problem because y'all didn't do the right thing.
Right.
And now, and now, where it is now, I'm trying to call, because what I wanted to do was, once I get in touch with Ms. McIntosh or whoever is there to assist me, then I can add the motor vehicle department up there. The lady gave me her business card with her personal number so that we could have a conference call. What they're telling me here is all we will have to do is get a letter with the Virgin Islands motor vehicle and the letterhead stating that this is what is being issued to vehicle owners as a title.
Right.
So that she can take it to her supervisor, because the Virgin Islands tells me, well, just put them on the phone. Just having a verbal conversation is not sufficient. They need something that's tangible to substantiate. Because she can't go to her supervisor. Yeah, I talked to them people down in the Virgin Islands. Her supervisor say, what?
Okay, I
You
have to
gotta
go.
be professional.
Yeah, I gotta go to my guest right now. But what I would suggest to you, this is what would be my strategy, right? Everything that you said here, to put it in the form of a letter and send it to them, return receipt requested, complete with the whatever contacts for the folks where you are. Okay, because no, I'm saying that one of the strategies for things to make things happen is to put folks on the spot where they have to acknowledge the fact rather than fall back on conversation and who forgot and who remembered and all this other good stuff and who didn't say what. Okay, that's what I highly recommend. Okay, so anyhow, I'm getting it from both sides. Top of the hour, I'm a guest. I'm getting cut out from left and from right.
I don't know if you need to go to the top of the hour. I'm listening, and I don't know if you're gonna be taking phone calls because that is another big issue when it comes to housing. Where I have some family and friends who live in Bournefield who have been forced evicted.
Okay, well,
where they're refusing to even maintain the building, even though they got money from FEMA through.
Anyhow, the eye then getting sharper and sharper. I think I go see blood, man.
The marshal right there, no.
Anyhow, I resolve the rest of my time.
All right. Okay, good thing. Thanks for calling. All right, take care, folks. It's top of the hour, and we'll be back in a moment.
AM 970 WSTX and more continuous music variety.
On your mark, get set, let we go, let we go, let we go. Let's go to the racetrack, the number one gas station. Let's go to the racetrack, lowest prices on the island. Let's go to the racetrack, for drinks, hot dogs or pizza. Let's go to the racetrack, we're open 24 hours. Number one convenience store, everything you want and more. Racetrack. Racetrack. We have the cheapest price on gas. Whatever you need, just ask. Racetrack. Racetrack. Racetrack gas station. Start your engine. Get ready. Everybody follow me to Racetrack. Racetrack. Feeling hungry? Tank and empty. Don't worry, cause we going to Racetrack. Racetrack. Racetrack gas station and convenience store, located on the 8th Street, right across from the Sugar Estate Post Office, with the lowest gas prices on the island. Racetrack gas station, we are number one.
Lorraine Village Apartments, located in Estate Pleasant, is currently leasing newly renovated 2, 3, and 4-bedroom apartment homes. Stop by today to see how you can make this wonderful community your new home. To schedule an appointment to view your new apartment home or get more information, please call 340-692-5759. Ask how you can receive a Visa gift card of up to $50 when you apply and move in. Lorraine Village, quality living at an affordable price.
AM 970 WSTX, Christiansted, Frederickstead, and the Virgin Islands.
Quality Auto Parts has been serving St. Croix for over 30 years as the authorized dealer for Moog, Ray Bestos, Wagner, Felpro, and Beck Arnley Auto Parts. We have the best prices on island, knowledgeable parts professionals, and special order any parts you need even if we don't have it in our large inventory. We are taking all the necessary precautions to ensure our business environment is safe and healthy for our customers and employees during this pandemic. Our hours are 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday. In an effort to reduce time spent in the shop, we are encouraging customers to call us at 340-778-5462 before arriving so that we can have your items ready for pickup. We appreciate the support of our community over the years and are proud to continue to provide you with your auto parts needs.
AM 970 WSTX.
Anyhow,
We are back.
we are back. Folks.
We are
And
back.
for those of you
Interesting conversation.
on YouTube, you could see all the laughing and talking going on, and I telling them, go live, I want people to hear this shit. And Lordy me, people.
We got conservative people in the building, sir.
You say, hey, big
I have to be
sis.
certain that
Big
it ain't
sis.
gonna go. Can you all promise me? I mean, they want us to sign contract and things.
NDAs,
Like, what was
NDAs.
Big sis, dog was trying to oust me on the ears, eh?
Uh-huh.
See
That's the
that?
truth.
Yeah.
Okay, no, nothing like that at all. Don't even be saying that kind of thing, all right? Okay, but yeah. Anyhow, he got good news. He got good news. Don't think you're gonna sneak up and you can't gonna smell you. For real.
I hear we
And
have
he
points.
got a database of smells, you know. And it's like AI, just that fast and then this one. So.
Uh-huh.
Anyhow,
That's how your senses
folks, we've got the VI Housing Authority in the house, and just two little quick things I want to say. I don't want to get disowned. Okay, one, the AARP have their movie night coming up on the 30th of May. All right, the movie they have coming up is Sight with Terry Chen and Greg Kinnear. I thought I saw Jared Neal somewhere, but anyhow, you know, movie night on the 30th with the folks for AARP. And for those of you who think that AARP is for elderly people, I want to tell you, AARP, you could start young with that there, okay? Because I started young with that and I'm still young. It's something good about AARP folks. I'm still young. Anyhow, the other thing I want to talk about real quick was that there's this exhibit at Cane Roots Gallery called Bridges. If you haven't seen it, you know, go by and check it out. But in particular, coming up on the let's see, the 1st of June, they're going to be having a poetry slam, teen poetry slam, and I love. I have a poem that I caught where this young lady extemporaneously said this thing, and I said, Lord, it be at a boss long time ago, because she do this like 5-7 minute long thing, and I like, I said, oh my goodness, I was ready to kneel down to her. I was like, Anyhow, how they do it, folks, is that you pick a picture either inside the gallery or something that you have pre-armed yourself with as your inspiration, and you say your poem based on how this thing hit you, okay? And not only do our teens have a lot to say, but they will watch something and tell you something. It's like, what? I didn't. You get that? So, folks, it's coming up for June 1st. Now, they're asking you to RSVP. But more important, I want you to know that this is coming. This is coming from the folks who did the Literary Fest and Book Fair. Okay, we have that event once a year, but you got to remember that the things that impact us in life that cause these books to get VI Housing Authority. I'm going to talk bad about them now, okay? Because they were supposed to come here so long ago. But you know, the only reason why I ain't mess with them on this is because they creating all of these programs and initiatives and good things, and they say, wait, no, we got one more. We can't go yet. We can't get this one. So, in light of that, you know, I beg for them. Okay? I beg
Thank you,
for them.
Grace.
I mean, sure, I beg for them.
Thank you.
All right? So, anyhow, time for me to get away from my disability, which is running my mouth, and let them take the floor. So, go ahead and introduce yourselves, and let's run with it.
Good morning, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone who's listening. Good morning, Doug. Good morning to the Virgin Islands public. My name is Curtis Lewis. I am the Marketing and Communications Specialist at the Virgin Islands Housing Authority in the Resident Wellness and Empowerment Department. And I'm going to let my team introduce themselves that they're here.
Good morning. I am Emanuela Perez Cassius. I am the Director of Resident Wellness and Empowerment. Good morning, Virgin Islands.
Good morning. My name is Adina Joseph. I am the Resident Resiliency Coordinator here at the Virgin Islands Housing Authority.
Happy Thursday, Virgin Islands. This is Johnny Azebo Brown, the Strategic Initiatives and Program Coordinator for the Resident Wellness and Empowerment Department at the wonderful Virgin Islands Housing Authority.
Look like I had to allocate the next 20 minutes just for he to
You know what I mean? He got to go over me.
Doug, they can hear you?
Yeah, it should be able to. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
You're more big enough.
You don't have a mic. So.
Don't rub it in.
He's being picked up.
It's you guys. Rub
Yes.
it. Rub it. I guess.
Okay, well, we're here to talk about stay in the loop. Right now we're on a media tour and a campaign, getting out there and educating the public about why it's important for future VIHA residents, current VIHA residents, and our stakeholders to stay in the loop with us. We want everyone to connect with VIHA and stay informed about critical news and information and updates. You know, staying in the loop ensures that everyone receives timely information about programs, about initiatives, about resources, about affordable housing opportunities, or even policy changes, right? We have a lot of things going on within the authority. You know, there's change that's happening. There's change that's happening with the physical structures of the buildings, but there's also a lot of change that's happening with the way how we engage with our residents, right? We're trying to get everyone motivated, to get everyone energized, and we want everyone to know that once you stay connected with us, once you stay in the loop, that you'll be able to have access to all of this information and help you meet your goals and meet your wellness needs, right?
That's it.
So I have some of my colleagues here with us this morning, and I want them to express to you guys why it's important for you to stay in the loop. I have my director with us this morning, Miss Emanuela Perez Casillas. As I mentioned before, policy changes, you know, our stakeholders and everything like that, why it's important for them to stay in the loop. And I'll let her expound a little bit more about why it's important for them to stay in the loop with us.
Okay, can I say something before she starts?
Of
Yes.
course.
You said to stay in the loop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a journalist. I got to ask this question. How are they supposed to stay in the loop? Because you have various outlets. You have radio, TV, and some people use Facebook. But you're not going to get everybody on all platforms.
Yes.
There's some that prefer either or.
That's true.
So how are you guys going to do that? Is it via press releases, via TV commercial, radio commercial? You know, it's not everybody have an email.
I hear exactly what you're saying.
Some people don't. Some people, they keep changing their numbers like they change their clothes. So how you expect people to stay in the loop with you guys if you don't have various channels to reach the public?
So all those things you said, and the most important and that we have inside of our loop is that personal relationship, face-to-face kind of contact we're looking for inside of this loop. This loop, I want you to imagine for a moment, a non-stop flow of energy between every sector, between residents, between stakeholders, between you, between me. The message is getting carried. I learned that word this week. Curtis, what is it? Compound
interest.
Compound interest. That is exactly how we expect everyone to stay inside of the loop. We're going to maintain a level of unprecedented engagement between all of our sectors. So we're asking our partners who are part of our Quality of Life Consortium to spread the word, but to also stay in the loop with us, keeping us informed and sharing resources and services with everybody. Then we have our resident councils, which are out there making sure that everyone within their communities know and understand what is it they need to be great and to increase their wellness, but also make sure they know who to contact from the different service providers and, of course, VIHA. So we're asking you to stay in the loop, whether you're a resident, a partner, and all of you now have the responsibility to share that information. So the loop isn't just centered around us. This energy is flowing nonstop between the whole community.
Okay.
Actually, the territory at this point.
Yeah.
I feel confident saying that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about a little bit about why you stay in the loop. In March of 2024, the Virgin Islands Board of Education, Jesus, the Virgin Islands Housing Authority, excuse my different hats that I slip out sometimes. The Virgin Islands Housing Authority updated our ACAP, right? So that is our Bible, we don't call it. That is what makes our residents and us understand what are the contractual agreements we have within each other. But if you were in the loop, you would have been a part of informing that process. And those who were in the loop were able to give information on top of that, and we were able to make changes and make accommodation and meet the needs of the authority, but also the needs of the people who we contract with for homes. Staying in the loop also makes sure that you understand what's happening in your community. So those who got a chance to stay in the loop all last year, they absolutely know what's happening within their community. They know the services. They benefited from some of the services that was given through Department of Labor, Department of Health, Department of Human Services. But those who are out of the loop missed the bus. But we're asking you to jump in now, right? This bus is spinning, and we want them to jump in. So that's one of the privileges of staying in the loop with us, and it's also one of the most important reasons to jump in on the loop with us.
All right. Well, you know, I really like the way you all move dynamically. Okay. in the context of how you all put a face on VI Housing Authority, because it's unforgettable. I watch this group of folks here, you know, and I have to tell you, start ARP when you're young, you know. All right.
Tell him, baby.
I did start AARP when I was young.
Okay, good.
And you're still young.
And I'm still young, and I'm still a member
I
of
was just getting ready to
AARP.
card you here, so it's okay. I said, well, she only have to be in the station or what?
I
Okay.
am old enough.
All right. You say compliment accepted.
Thank you.
Okay, good thing. All right.
So let's
Okay.
talk more about the loop, yeah. Adina, where are we in the loop as a coordinator? Tell them why it's important to stay in the loop.
Okay, so one of the reasons it's important for residents, community stakeholders, everyone to stay in the loop is with our residents, we're trying to assist the resident get connected with outside community members. So how do we do that if we don't have community members in the loop, if we don't have the residents in the loop? We have to have everyone together, so that way if a resident comes in and needs to be connected to someone for a job, I already have residents that we can connect them with Department of Labor, Equus Workforce, and we do that by conducting wellness assessments, which are based around the 8 dimensions of wellness. And these wellness assessments help us figure out how we can best assist you. We use these wellness assessments to gauge your wellness, to see where you are and where you could be or where you could be better in life.
So say if I was living in one of the housing communities as a person who is visually impaired, I tell you guys I want a job, you guys would assist me in getting one?
I'm so happy you brought this up because we have a new partnership that we just got into, and we're all about gaining those advocacy for people with disabilities. And so we're partnering with the Disabilities Rights Center to ensure that we increase those type of challenges, knowledge for us, and have people that's in our communities that can directly support and inform us on that. So yes, here you are right now, you have visual impairment, but we don't have a unit with the 504 accommodations for you to be able to live safely in place. Your information will not come back to us if you don't know how to advocate for yourself and be able to bring that information to the authority and understand. When you're in the loop, we know exactly who to direct you to our coordinator that deals with those accommodations, the steps you must take to ensure that we know this needs to be done for you, and the process in which VI Housing Authority goes in making your unit and your building meet the needs that you need to be able to live safely in place. So these partnerships that we're having with these organizations help to inform us, because we're in the housing business. We're not necessarily in the people with disabilities business, but do you know who is the Disability Rights Center? And so we're us working directly with them, they can inform us on the law, make sure that the people who are being impacted that they serve have the needs that are met. And all of this happens because 3 people or 3 different versions of our best selves in the Virgin Islands is talking to each other and making sure these needs are met. Before, it would be us at housing thinking about housing needs, not recognizing disability needs that's being met and what are the rules around that. So that's why this loop is ongoing, because we want to make sure that these are the partnerships that we create and we bring them to the right people in the community to inform us, so that we're making the right things for your unit so that you can live safely in place and your community. So whether it's parking lots, lighted stairway, ramps put in place, doorbells, railings, this information is only going to come to us through the residents' advocacy for themselves and their community. And that is where the resident councils come in.
Well, for me, it would be different markers.
See?
Because I can't see lights.
Visual. Oh, see? Again, we would have never been able to get that information if we don't work with the right people.
That's what he does say, but let me just make a public record.
You, Miss
No, I will see.
You know,
I will see you later.
It is said, them man say that he got several lawsuits out there challenging his visual acuity.
For the record, Stevie Wonder owned too, though. People think Stevie Wonder have a secret site that they ain't seeing, you know, because he'd grab the mic and move to the side to think he could see it.
For the record, I used to work at the legislature.
Okay.
I worked with that young man over there.
Ah, that's why he know you got it. Yes. Well, he come in.
Yes. Now, presently, I work at via USET.
Okay.
I'm the assistive technology assistant over there. Okay. So, I'm very good at what I do. So people think I can see. Okay. Sometimes people see me using my phone. They're like, "Oh, but how you blind and using your phone?" They don't see the earpiece in my ear. The phone is talking to me, but then they can't see the screen because the screen is black. So they think I'm making a mockery of the thing. But the phone is talking to me, but they can't see what's going on because they ain't their business what's going on. You know?
Well,
So
let me
that is
let
exactly.
me tell you how good he be. How good it be so that, you know, Crucians are you got to fight for what you want to know. Can I hear a similar position open up in St. Thomas and they're trying to recruit you? You know, offering housing and transportation and everything. So Crucians, you know, hold on, Mr. No let Gerard go.
Listen, we got 3 territorial people sitting right in front of you, so we understand, Gerard, if you have to stretch your wings, because it's one Virgin Islands at the end of the day, and if we have the professionals they need to be able to make the whole territory move forward, I said take it, teach them, then let go.
No, me going over there.
You're going? Okay.
I don't like going. I will do it virtually.
But we also think you should jump in the loop with us, right? Because the work that you're doing is something, again, this is the best way for us to do this work together. You're teaching us something about a new, I didn't know existed, agency that helps support people with disabilities.
Yes,
Also
we
in
do.
technical ways, you're telling us about technical and
And needing
assistive
markers
services
and-
and devices that are available. We don't know these things unless we stay in the loop with each other. And that's why the Virgin Islands Housing Authority is on this campaign. We understand the cornerstone of the community is housing. And the cornerstone maybe was Dashwell before, but we want to make it the cornerstone that build all of the future of the Virgin Islands. And so we're staying in the loop with you. We're asking you to jump in the loop with us. Johnny, share with us some of what's happening on the resident council level of the loop.
Move your mic over a little bit, Gerard.
Happy Thursday, Virgin Islands. It is important for residents to stay in the loop so they could be aware of any upcoming events, whether that's the monthly resident council meetings, where the council invites out the entire community and they discuss different matters on their agenda, or any upcoming resident council elections. We actually have one coming up at the end of June, and we're still looking for candidates. The 3 communities are Candido Guadalupe, aka Frizenbug, Mali Homes and Addition, right there by the beachfront, and the Knolls at Canton, over there in St. Thomas. Resident council applications are due Monday, June 3rd by 5 p.m. You can pick up an application from your property management office, or you can reach out to me directly. My phone number is 340-690-5171. That's 340-690-5171. And my email address is ajbrown@vihousing.org. That's A as in Apple, J as in John, Brown like the color, at vihousing.org. So please reach out. Once you complete your application, you can turn it back into the property management office, or you can email it to me directly. We are looking for 5 positions for each community. The council is made up of a president, vice president, treasurer, secretary, and assistant secretary. So there's options for you. But you gotta stay in the loop. You gotta reach out, and looped in, never out. And before I forget, it's also important for residents to stay in the loop so you could be a part of VIHA's annual planning process. At the end of each year, VIHA sits down and writes out their strategic plan for the following year. This is when we need residents' feedback and input the most. Who better to ask than the people living within these communities? So it's all about staying in the loop so you could be aware of these events, you could participate, you know. We're really trying to empower you.
Yep, it's about community engagement, you know, Doug. Everything that we're doing on this campaign is centered around deepening our engagement with the community. And that's, you know, if you think about the loop is just something that just continues. It doesn't stop, right? And it's not just the authority telling you what we want to tell you. It's about hearing from the community and getting that feedback from the community so that we could all strive towards making the quality of life of the residents that's living within the communities better, right? And that's why we definitely encourage everyone to come out and be a part of the resident councils, come out and vote for the resident councils. You know, whenever there's meetings, go ahead and come out and hear what's going on. One of the selling points that we tell to residents whenever we go out and canvass the communities is, what is your community missing? What do you feel like your community needs, right? And in order for that to happen, you have to be able to be a part, stay in the loop. So, Johnny, tell them a little bit about some of the things that they could do in order for, or how the councils kind of operate in order for them to be able to get certain things that they need for their community.
Yes, in canvassing, we do hear a lot of concerns, you know. But what I recommend to all the residents is, you know, get in the loop and, you know, get in contact with your resident councils. Find out when they're having these council meetings, because during these council meetings, the council actually gives the residents a chance to, you know, voice their concerns, give them feedback. And it's not just the residents in these meetings. There's senators, other agencies, so your voice is actually being heard. And I want to point out that each of these councils are nonprofit organizations listed within the Lieutenant Governor's office. So they do have the power and capacity to go out there and form partnerships with different agencies in our community or other nonprofit organizations to make sure they're addressing these needs that are brought to them in the council meetings. So you have to be a part of this to actually, you know, be in the loop. And I do want to point out as well, the council is fully funded. You know, they do receive funding to push these initiatives in the community. So whether it's collaborating with community partners or actually coming together as a community and saying, this is what we're going to spend our funds on, the council does have power, you know, and the councils also work with the resident commissioners as well. I want to shout out our two resident commissioners. Ashley Archibald is the resident commissioner for St. Croix, and he's coming out of Arrow Diaz Heights. Simba Abiff is the resident commissioner for St. Thomas, St. John, and he's coming out of Oswald Harris Court. And how the resident commissioners work with the resident councils is like this. The resident commissioners are in VIHA's board meetings, you know, with leadership. So they're able to relay that information from the council meetings to leadership and say, hey, this is what's going on in our communities. These are the residents' concerns, and this is what they're interested in. And, you know, from there, it's for the leadership and whatnot to come together and say, hey, this is what we're going to do. And I do want to point out as well, the commissioner has a vote. They have a vote. So we're really about empowering you and giving the power back. And I do want to point out, communication works both ways. You know, the resident commissioner is able to pass on any information from these meetings to the council. So any policies, any changes, they're able to communicate that to the councils, who then communicate it to their residents in their community meetings. So stay in the loop. It's continuous, as Mr. Lewis has said.
Yes, it's about having access to information, right? Without information and without knowledge, you won't be able to have that empowerment that we need you to have, right? Some of the ways that everyone could have access to the information is by signing up for our monthly newsletter. Our monthly newsletter just celebrated its 1-year anniversary. Hey! So Shout out to that. If you're not a part of the newsletter and you want to get access to this information, you could always send me an email. My email is kjlewis@vihousing.org. You could give me a phone call at 340-201-0259. You could also log on to our website. The website is vihousing.org. We're RWE, we're currently in the process of finishing and uploading our brand new webpage. So all of the information that you're hearing here this morning in terms of the resident councils, in terms of needs assessments, policy changes, stakeholders and consortiums, you could log on to our webpage when it goes live. I know, Doug, you mentioned before that you'd like to see us a little bit more often. So I'm going to definitely make sure that we circle back around in a few months when the webpage goes live so that we could talk about, the progress and also spreading the word a little bit more about the webpage and how people could access the webpage and the benefits of them staying in the loop with the webpage, right? In addition to that, we Gerard?
Mr. Lewis.
I'm
glad that you mentioned the webpage. You know why? You know why? I hope that you're going to ensure that webpage is ADA compliant.
I know.
Because if I go on there and I cannot access your webpage, you're going to be in some hot water with me.
And Mr. Evelyn was known for that when we were working at the legislature. He was tracking down these pages and the different agencies and holding them accountable.
Nice.
That's an advocate right there.
You're going to be in some hot water with me. So
absolutely.
you make sure that someone in my position can get on that webpage and navigate and get the information that they need to get.
Absolutely. And we came to the right place this morning for sure, because you're giving us a lot of insight in terms of our, no pun intended, blind spots where we can't see in the gaps, right? So you're helping us to fill in the gaps. So we're glad that you're in the loop with us this morning. We're going to make sure that everyone who doesn't have access to like a website or email or these type of technology, we'll be able to send out voice alerts, right? So the same information will be sent to you via your phone, and you could be able to just answer and get this information sent to you via voice. And I know these phones now, even if you get a text message, you could have the phone read out the text message to you. So we're going to also have that information sent via text as well. So we're trying to, you asked a question earlier about how everyone could stay in the loop with us, and we're building out our communication infrastructure to make sure we add on as many tentacles as possible to be able to keep everybody in this loop.
And make sure you keep the PSAs going. Public service announcements.
Absolutely.
Those are free.
Yes, yes.
Okay? So once you got it out there, people are listening to the radio, they're going to hear it.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
What you're all doing is kind of like a proof of process to the rest of the community, okay? Because you long ago, you couldn't go in nobody's neighborhood, okay, and make no mess, because it was going to get back to your neighborhood and somebody going to deal with you. So the folks at VI Housing making sure that this neighborhood concept ain't something like, the good old days. It's like here and now.
Yes. Yes.
The other thing that is really commendable and important, especially for the people in the communities to understand, is that we ain't supposed to just sit back and complain about what ain't right. Okay? You got a direct connection to say, look, fix it. And I know we have funds and we have the right people we're talking to and whatever. And as these young people are showing you, that things does happen. But like anything else, I can't read your mind. You got to tell me what that's on your mind.
So, Doug, that's been one of the greatest things for me to see as we unfold these resident councils, right? So everybody think the person who wearing the crown have all the answers. But no, you got a crown. You got a crown, you got a resources, you got a stage. Let me see you make that magic. And they're starting to realize magic is not made by voices that's just loud. Magic is made by people who don't show up, people who don't want to participate, people who don't honestly and put their best efforts for, stay in the loop with these different levels. So resident councils in the beginning, the first election round, we had a couple of people participate. This is a neighborhood of over 200 people, and we get 20 votes inside of there. The second one, more people participated, but when they started running their meetings, and they said, but people ain't coming, we do all of this work to set up for this meeting, and nobody show up, and I'm giggling in my head because I was like, welcome to our world, right? Where you hear them all the time. Now you create the space for them to show up, and they're not showing up. So they too have to get creative. They too have to be able to hear concerns and values that don't necessarily align with their own. What do you mean that's what they want? I think we should do this. I'm glad that's what you think. But driving home a consensus majority includes listening to these other voices. So we're developing the things that our whole Virgin Islands need, the skills, on a macro and micro level over here in the Virgin Islands Housing Authority. And we're happy to see what it looks like when community gets engaged, and we want to continue to push that message. Hence why we're asking you to stay in the loop, get in the loop, whatever level, whether you're a resident, again, in the loop with your resident council, you're a resident council, again, in the loop with your legislation, or you're in the Virgin Islands Housing Authority and you get in the loop with the board. Whatever it is, get in the loop.
Let me ask you something. I don't do anything with food.
Oh, I,
you know, if I tell you say food.
You want to get them this? For some free food.
Yes.
Coming.
But economically, if we have to keep
Right.
investing in your free food, and we tell them this, I would be happy to give you sandwiches every week.
But then
But don't.
you mean other things, you're giving up
You
other things.
thank you.
But
So
my
don't.
suggestion would be, right? My suggestion, right?
So let's vote on it. That's the conversation.
Well, no, but so what happened? You have the meeting and who show up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, if the people who come to the meeting don't mind being in the camera, you know, then when you do the food thing, it's food and a movie. And so they can watch the meeting and know what they miss directly by saying, how come you didn't talk about, me tell you to talk about this when you go to the meeting? And whatever, and you never know. And then they comment next time.
So those resident councils are getting creative. Those
Yeah.
those presidents and vice presidents in our 6 communities that are out there trying to get it, they're getting creative on that level. Some of them doing the food thing, some of them doing the guilt thing, some of them doing the, there's a reason why you should be here, because if you here, then you could get this later. Like whatever it is, the buy-in, the interest is, but they're making it work the same way we make it work on the other levels. They're doing the same thing within their communities, and we hope by the end of 2026, all our councils have all their presidents and elected members actively making changes inside of their communities. We have a strong RAD board made up of over 16 presidents from the different communities together, ensuring that our board is stronger at the Virgin Islands Housing Authority, and then we are able to continue making the work of making our authority and housing the people of the Virgin Islands safely.
All right. Well, you know, I like the dynamism that you are bringing this show, okay? Not that we'd be here falling asleep, but we are wide awake.
I'll keep you on your toes.
You don't keep you on your toes, you don't be better than not enough. I believe you have the power. You have us on our toes right now, so if we only there here for 30 minutes with you and me and Curtis and Johnny and Diana is over here writing notes and trying to make sure we stay ADA compliant, I can imagine what Doug have to do every week. He don't be home doing homework the night before.
Just comments, okay, Jared, okay. You know, so he
right. Pull the trigger, he gonna make us better people, right? The better community
Teach
for
one,
all
teach
of us.
one.
That's right.
I've been known to rattle cages.
We're strong over here.
Sometimes the cages need to be rattled a little bit.
All right. Well, I just want to say that all of you folks out there who are under the umbrella of VI Housing Authority, you got people here advocating on your behalf, but they can't read your mind, so stay in the loop.
Hello.
Never out.
Right.
Never out.
And I also want to mention, we're talking to a specific audience right now so far for the last half an hour, but not because you don't live in a housing community doesn't mean that you can't benefit from the information that you're hearing here. Everyone is at different seasons of their life in different parts or along the journey, right? So not because you're not living within the community now means that you may never ever one day live in the community or be on a housing choice voucher program, right? So getting this information now prior to you going in is beneficial for you because you know, okay, maybe I may not have considered living within a housing community before as an option, but hearing all this information I'm hearing this morning, maybe now it might be an option. Maybe it's something I could think about. I'm fresh out of high school. I'm fresh out of college. I can't afford the high sky rents that's out there right now. Maybe I could go and live within a community and get involved with the councils and get involved with my needs assessments and try to set a goal, maybe get on the FSS program, right? And I'll let Miss, our director, talk a little bit about the FSS program and take advantage of all the resources that we're bringing in. Maybe you might be someone who might benefit from our partnership with the disability rights, and you figure, staying outside of the community, I'm struggling a little bit adapting to my environment. But if I go and live in the housing community, I don't have to worry because they're making provisions for me. They're making accommodations for me, and they're also creating a pathway for economic mobility for me to be able to come in, get what I need, elevate, level up, and then move out. But you could only be able to do that if you stay in the loop with us.
Agreed, Curtis. That's absolutely true. And I'm so happy that we're able to segue into some of the programs that we're offering over there. So besides the Family Self-Sufficiency Program, popularly known as FSS, we also have the Section 3 program. Doug, for us, the Bright Path is all about creating economic mobility within all our households. We're not saying the best wellness for you is to live in a home that you brought. We're saying the best wellness for you is developed in a space where you're able to not stress about whether or not my economic survival, the ability to be able to eat, live, and breathe depends on somebody else. And that's where we want to get you to the place where you are not being able to have to survive on subsidy to make decisions in your own personal wellness. Because a lot of times we're making decisions around the things that we're able to get. Well, I don't want to go for a job because then I'm going to lose my food stamps or that my rent going to go up. You don't have to worry about those things when you're in a wellness state. And so that's what we're trying to get you on the Bright Path. And the two main programs that we're utilizing right now is our Section 3 program, which Mr. Brown is in charge of, and he's going to definitely tell you more about that, but also the FSS program. The Family Self-Sufficiency Program is a program that allows you to turn your dreams into goals and help you to create an economic stance in your life that you can be able to go for it.
Okay.
Utilizing your same rent. So you join the program, you meet your goals, and then you're paid for it. I'm Ms. Zantoya Franklin, whose email is X, like in X-Men, Franklin, FRANKLIN, @vihousing.org, is our coordinator that has over 10 years of experience in working this, and she is great at what she does. All you need to do is be motivated. That's all you need. Nothing else. And you qualify and you can participate in the FSS program that will help your household go to the next level.
What was the highest payout last year?
Shoot, last year, I only been in housing. June is going to make 2 years that I'm here with the authority. And when I first learned of the FSS program and I found out that somebody was getting a $32,000 check at the end of her time in her graduation, I was like, golly, Emanuela Perez has never saved $32,000 in my bank account, right?
I need to get on this program.
And this
And that's
program,
no strings attached, no stipulations.
when you get your check, you do what you want with it because you have been
Buy a
making your
car.
life great up until this moment. We expect that when you get more money, you're going to make your life even greater. So you might buy a car, other individuals give to their church. Some people went out and put on their first down payment on their first house, right? Because you need 10% to be able to get that. So it's whatever it is you want to do. Your wellness is your wellness. We're just here to give you the tools to get there. Johnny, tell them about Section 3. We don't want to leave here without everybody knowing all of the things. We might have a new FSS participant right now. Let's see how many Section 3 people we could get. They jump in the loop.
Well, Section 3 is a job training program where VIHA hires residents from its communities, and we give them a job either in an office where they get to develop their administrative skills, such as sending emails, answering phone calls, or filing papers, or in the field where they get to develop a trade such as plumbing or electrical. The great thing about this program is you get to earn while you learn, and typically in housing, whenever your income increases, your rent increases. However, with this program, the money you earn is not counted towards your rent, Not everyone could take off and say, hey, I'm going to go I'm gonna go develop these skills, you know, or I'm gonna go back to school. However, you could enlist in this program and you could earn as you learn, because we know a lot of you have families at home and you still have to provide. So come get enlisted, you know, build the skills you need to get the job you want. That's what we're about here, empowering our residents.
Yep. And I want to say good morning to every single one that's listening, that's a part of the VIHA team.
Hey, Viha!
Whether you might
Happy
be,
Thursday.
you might have a weed whacker in your hand right now. You might have a lawnmower, a leaf
right.
blower.
That's
You might
right.
have a wrench, a screwdriver. You might be a technician, an electrician, a plumber. They're all still part of the family that
A
help
receptionist.
that help beautify the community. That help make sure that the neighborhoods look. The environment that everyone is living in is safe and clean and sanitary, you know, and they're working hard. They're in the sun, they're in the rain, they're doing the work, and they're making sure that everything is getting done. So I just want to send us a special shout out to them this morning, that's out there working hard every single day, you know, not because we're out here and talking about this engagement stuff and, you know, talking about staying in the loop. You know, everybody's in the loop.
Everybody is in the loop at the Virgin Islands Housing Authority. Absolutely.
Okay, that's great. Now I'm gonna give you guys a little tool to put in your toolbox.
Okay.
Okay. You guys got your pen and
I'm
paper?
ready. I'm ready.
Okay. Working with VIU said, we're the territorial coordinator for the ICANN Connect program. The ICANN Connect program is a program that helps individuals who are deaf-blind, meaning you have considerable hearing and vision loss. We help them to get a free iPhone
Oh.
or iPad, whichever device they want, to help communicate with their friends and family throughout, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So once they qualify, they get a free iPhone or iPad. Okay, so your residents, anyone that's living in the housing, whether they are on St. Croix or St. Thomas, and they have this problem, you can defer them to VIU said. The number to call is 340-692-4267. Okay?
This is excellent information. We do our newsletter every single month. Like Curtis said, we just reached our 1-year anniversary. Curtis, I feel like I just saw something that's going to be in June newsletter.
I
I
believe
feel
so.
like that's shareable information
Yes.
that our community should have, and so we're going to put that out there. And then we're also going to share this information with our other partners as we continue to work, because we're connecting VIHA residents on every which level that we can, including with VIA, like I told you earlier, our partnership with the disabilities rights. And now hearing about this is
Oh,
definitely going to help, because we do have a percentage of residents that fall under the
When you talk to
disability.
Jennifer, just mention my name. She'll tell you about me.
I will. Okay.
I would like to remind residents and community stakeholders to stay in the loop, stay looped in, never out, and make sure that I want you to be sure that staying in the loop means that you are always up to date with the latest information and developments from the Virgin Islands Housing Authority, and staying attached to our newsletter means that not only are you attached to the Virgin Islands Housing Authority, but you are attached to our outside stakeholders as well, who also share their information in our newsletters. So remember, guys, looped in, never out.
And I know, Dinah, you've been out there in the community dealing with or handling the, what you would say, the older Americans activities that's going on right now.
Older Americans Month.
Older
Yes.
Americans Month.
Yes.
So Miss Dinah, she's been out there with the community and the senior population and going with to all the events and stuff like that. So tell them a little bit about that.
So the Department of Human Services has activities planned throughout this whole month for Older Americans Month, and we were lucky enough to be partnered in with them and invited to all of their events. They have a calendar filled with events, so if you are an older American, make sure that you're in tune with Department of Human Services. Some of the events that I attended with some of my residents are, we went to bingo at the Rotary West. We went to bowling at the bowling alley. They did a Senior Wellness Expo at the Candidator Ballpark. We attended, this Friday, we're attending a cultural day at the Candidator Ballpark. They have a beach jamboree coming up, and we have residents coming from all of our communities attending all of those events. The communities that I work with specifically are Aradias Heights, Candido Guadalupe, Williams Delight Villas, Wilfred Pedro, formerly Wim Gardens, Marley Homes and Additions. So if you're a resident in one of those communities and you want to reach out, if I haven't reached out and you haven't done a wellness assessment as yet, feel free to email me at akjoseph@vihousing.org. That's akjoseph@vihousing.org. Or you can call me on my cell at 340-725-1697. That's 340-725-1697. Thank you.
I know our time is coming near, and I don't want to leave without sharing my contact information. Also, it is epcassius@vihousing.org, and my phone number is 340-201-5068. Please stay in the loop with me. It doesn't matter what level of the loop you want to jump in on, or if you just want to know where's the access point for you. Give me a call, and we will definitely be engaged and have this communication that allows all of us to stay in the loop together.
Yeah, well, 30 minutes is never enough. And that's why I ain't saying nothing about the time, because
that's why you intro us off. Thank you. Thank you.
I just give it to you guys to use, okay?
I appreciate
because, this is really what it's for. I'm gonna just play something here in backup to what Gerard had to say there for you guys, and so that also the people who watching via YouTube will see.
Do you or someone you know have combined hearing and vision loss? I Can Connect is a national program that provides free training and communication equipment, including smartphones and computers, to individuals with significant combined hearing and vision loss who meet income guidelines. Call 340-692-4267. That's 340-692-4267 to learn more about the program's guidelines, refer someone you know, or to apply for the program.
And I just want you all to know that's based on the advertisement that you said had done, and we just put it into sound and also video for those folks who want to see it visually and can benefit, because it's helpful to them too. The key is, like, you're here telling people, tell a friend, spread the word. Get involved.
Stay in the loop.
Stay in the loop.
Stay in the loop. So now, I want to know, when are you going to throw this one and all, and then poets out there to put something together so you could do a public campaign on the audio visual side, because in the loop, never out. So where's the rap, where's the song, where's the whatever to come from all this? I'm just throwing it out there. It's like,
you're talking to the right person, though, Doug. You got the right person right next to you right now to build on top of this campaign. This campaign is just launched, so we building on it. And if you saying, Doug, you jumping in our loop right now to help to make sure that we could take this marketing to the next level, we here for it. We are 100% here for it.
We could do it, because it's like, just like what this the thing here that we did for them. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
So we always out there like that. I can show you some other things that we're working on along those lines, because it's about how do you leverage your communication so it has greater impact. That's what it comes down to.
That comes down to everything. How do we leverage for greater impact? Should be the next statement after stay in the loop. Thank you very much for that, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make greater impact in the Virgin Islands, and we can't do it without.
Okay, well, I gonna bust out this young lady again, shout out to her in that sense. But Regina Keels, she's a teacher at the complex.
I know, I love her. Fabulous sister.
Talk to her, because poetry is her thing. She'd be definitely happy to work on doing a kind of like a competition thing for the schools or whatever, something that that brings these fertile minds to the front, give them something to walk on positive like that and jump out. You'd be surprised, I talking to the choir when I said that to you. what will come back at you, because as much as you think you had a perspective, it's like, what? Okay, what? What? Okay. We have to do this more often because no one mind has it all.
That's
in
true.
That sense, and you tap the community like that. So
Exactly.
I just wanted to throw that out because I say, in the loop, never out.
Never.
I could see the call and response in the loop, and you got a whole crowd of everybody there right
Never
there.
out. That's right.
So with that said, Mr. Lewis.
So let me know when you're going to get them together so we could catch them to do the call and response.
I tell you, got it right posted next to you. He's going to keep us all in the loop.
Yes,
I'm gonna
Mr.
give you my
Gerard.
email.
Okay.
Okay. And that's Gerard, that's GERARD .Evelyn, EVELYN @UVI.edu. And the telephone number to reach me there is 340-692-4266.
Awesome.
Got it.
All right.
Got it.
Good thing.
I appreciate how y'all holding space for us this morning.
Yes,
And
thank you
you're
very
giving
much.
us extra space.
Yes.
The Marshall and community.
I know. Last segment you had eyes on you, so I'm grateful that the eyes them ain't come after us
Yes.
this morning. And Doug, we promise, and a promise is not a comfort to a fool, but we'll be back, and we'll be back again and again and again because
Well,
we
let's-
staying in the loop with each other.
Let's change the words. Instead of promise, you commit.
I
Okay?
commit.
Yeah, that's it. You commit because the
That's such a
promise,
strong
the promise
word.
word. Yeah, the promise word has been abused in so many different ways that
It's
we
true.
don't we don't
It's
want
true.
we don't want to have to deal with that baggage. It's like the swastika was around long before, and then this one man
Yes.
come along and give it this nasty meaning.
That's true.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's stay away from friends and let's just about commitment.
Commitment.
We
Let's
make a
commit to
commitment.
each other.
We keep a commitment.
I am
all right?
committed, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you very
I
much.
like that word better. All right?
Yes.
I like that word
I
better.
appreciate y'all. Have a beautiful day.
All right,
That
all right.
love
If
is
it was
need
up
of
to me,
love
we would
every
stay
day.
longer, but hey. All right, gotta go when you gotta go. Anyhow, things change up now so that I don't think I have that pressure that we don't usually have, because I don't see nobody here getting ready to call the marshals on us. Gerard, what happened? All these men went and filed papers, so ain't got nobody to come out after us?
I think they filed papers.
Lordy me.
I see the name. I see the name.
You see the name?
I see the name in the paper.
Okay, good. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
We're gonna do a thing, because this was
I see the name in the paper.
yeah. Well, this was so good today. We gotta make sure that they get a copy of this this show, okay? Because that way they could share it with the rest of the community, okay? But folks, WSTX AM 970, your community-minded station, and we always encourage you to do a random act of kindness. Yes, if you're feeling kind of bored, do some premeditated acts, okay? You won't be called in front of Judge Marchand there, and all these other folks up there, and you won't have to worry about the FBI and all this other stuff. They are just thankful that you're out there doing the positive words and acts of kindness. Don't do like Gerard.
Do a random act.
Don't be like Gerard and want to just do a random act.
Do
Okay?
a random act. People
Do
that
the kindness ones.
Hey, people will love you for it.
Okay? Anyhow, with that, folks, love's in need of love every day. So you know that if nothing else, Doug gonna bring it on a Thursday, but don't ignore the rest of the days. Okay? Give it up.
Find us on the World Wide Web at www.wstxradio.com. WSTX AM and FM stream all conscious reggae and Virgin Islands news, talk, calypso, and Quelbe 24/7, 365 on www.wstxradio.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. WSTX, the soul of the Caribbean.